Welcome to HoodooTube, your one-stop shop for reviews of fantasy, horror, and supernatural entertainment for the African diaspora. A 90s voodoo movie that usually flies under most people's radar is the 1993 Jamaican-inspired historic thriller Wide Sargasso Sea. I rarely see this movie on streaming platforms, and I've never seen a physical copy of this film, but it's one of the few films that I've seen myself that depicts the colonial era of Jamaica besides pirate movies. Maybe this film hasn't seen much widespread recognition because it was initially rated NC-17, because there are sex scenes and full frontal male nudity. Wide Sargasso Sea depicts a tumultuous family of French and British Jamaican slave owners who repeat the same past mistakes of their own parents. Though this story's protagonist is a French-Jamaican woman named Antoinette Causeway, who has to navigate her new and complicated marriage to an Englishman, there are several interesting Afro-Jamaican characters that add spice to this story. The film begins with Antoinette's childhood being raised by her French mother, which makes her and her mother outsiders from Jamaica's high society, because most of the white Jamaicans were British. Though Antoinette's mother was lenient to her slaves, when Antoinette's stepfather mentions in earshot of the Jamaican staff that he plans to replace them with Indian indentured servants, aka coolies, which is a slur or derogatory term for Indian people, the black Jamaicans plot to revolt. The black Jamaicans later appear in the dead of night and burn down the plantation. But when Antoinette's mother's beloved pet bird lights on fire and flies across the sky screaming, the black Jamaicans see it as an evil omen of Obeah, and the tale begins that this French family is cursed. From the grief of losing her home, her livelihood, and even her pets, Antoinette's mother loses her mind and is institutionalized in an asylum, and Antoinette is left to be raised at a Catholic school for girls. When Antoinette becomes of age, she's primed by her extended family to marry a man who has wealth and move back to her old estate. But the stigma of being an orphan and having a mentally ill mother constantly follows Antoinette and casts doubt on her prospect of finding an eligible husband. During the film, the narrator explains that the Wide Sargasso Sea is actually a stormy and perilous part of the Atlantic Ocean, where many Englishmen have died on their trip to Jamaica, which is a great metaphor for this film. Many of the white aristocrats that landed in Jamaica dreamt of returning to their home in England, feeling cut off from their culture and what they know of as normal society. The same happens with Antoinette's fiancé and future husband, Edward Rochester, who arrives in Jamaica to marry the young Antoinette and take over running the plantation. But he's not only distrustful of his new bride, he also feels completely out of place in the new country and its hot climate. Antoinette's childhood nanny, Christophine, wants to support the newlyweds and protect Antoinette's heart, but even she knows that she can't force the man of the house, Edward, to appreciate her help. And it isn't long before the younger women who are servants in the house, like Amelie, start to find the young handsome housemaster Edward alone and ready for action. Throughout the film, while the married couple are making love, the black Jamaican workers are outside drumming and dancing, and in one intense scene, Amelie boldly challenges the mistress Antoinette to do a dance-off. Amelie successfully begins to drive a wedge between Antoinette and Edward, and before long, the rumors and secrets about Antoinette's family begins to find Edward, and he loses even more faith in his new marriage. The Obeah is briefly mentioned in this film a few times. It's clear the real magic in this film is how the black Jamaicans learned the white slave owners' wants and desires and used them against them to make life easier for black Jamaicans who now call Jamaica their home. But you'll have to watch for yourself to see if Antoinette lives out the same life of her mother, or if she's able to make a new life for herself outside of men's expectations.